All right, I'll finally chime in on this lawsuit that's going on in the real estate world. It impacts realtors and their commissions, and which also impacts buyers and sellers. So what is even going on here? There is a lawsuit that basically there's collusion so that the 6% real estate fees that the sellers are paying are also going to the buyer's agent. It's kind of a hot mess. For those of you who don't know how this works, if you are a buyer, you don't typically pay your buyer's agent to represent you. They get paid from the seller because the seller has an agreement with the listing agent that they're going to pay them a set fee, like 6%, and that listing agent will give a certain percentage of that to any buyer's agent that will bring them a client to purchase the house. That's just kind of how it's worked in the past. Every state is a little bit different, and that number is always negotiable. But this lawsuit is over NAR's practices, stating that there is some collusion and that buyers should be able to negotiate freely the fee structures and instead of having the listing agreements with the sellers, yada, yada, yada. Now realtors are all up in arms because they think that maybe their commissions are going to be cut or non-existent, or they just don't know how this is going to impact them completely. Obviously, it will probably lead to some changes, some pretty hefty changes, but you guys, real estate commissions have always been able to be negotiated. And sellers are maybe jumping up and down right now because they no longer have to pay the buyer agent commissions when they go to sell a home. In my personal opinion, I think a lot of this is going to be irrelevant because realistically, times are changing anyways. This is really just changing the structure of how agents are getting paid. I think it's going to take some time to work out a new system after this lawsuit, but all it means is that people aren't really happy with how agents are being paid right now. And of course, me being me, I'm always looking for solutions. Like, what is the solution that agents are going to have to be able to deal with this? But also, what is another solution that we can do to make sure buyers and sellers both feel comfortable with how agents are being paid or how they're able to buy and sell houses, whether agents are paid or not? Because at the end of the day, all this is one big problem. Think about it this way, though. People still need to buy and sell, right? Now, Blockbuster, when they stopped having their movies, did movies go away? Movies did not go away. But the way that movies were distributed to the consumer or end user has changed. And I think that that is bound to be the case for real estate. I'm cool with it. But I will say this, even though things will change, I mean, they're bound to change, I'm not too worried about this. And also, buyers are always able to negotiate with the sellers. If you have good agents, they will negotiate what they can to make it work out in your favor, however that money is moved around. And sellers don't have to pay agents if they don't want to. You might have a little bit harder time selling your home though. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, maybe not. Everyone has a choice here. And I do think things will change. I mean, I'm kind of surprised there's not already an app that's like a Tinder where buyers and sellers match and you just swipe left or swipe right and whoever gets a match, it's like boom, and then AI can just come in and negotiate the whole thing and you just say yes, take it, and do inspection and whoop, donesy. I mean, I don't think we're far from it. I mean, if therapists are on apps chatting with people and making them feel better, I don't know why realtors couldn't be on apps or why those people couldn't be trained in AI to negotiate. You know what I'm saying? All in all, the industry is going to change, and I'm cool with that because that is the way the world works and that is the way the cookie crumbles. And that is my hot take on this article.